Hi there, and thank you for sharing, thank you for watching the videos, and thank you for the encouragement to those who reach out and encourage me to keep digging deeper, looking at social ills. Now, today I have a very difficult message to put across. Firstly, because it turns out that the people that have tried to interpret poverty and social ills in the African communities and try to base the root causes to the inequalities that were presented to our fathers, our forefathers, it just tends to be a racial game at the end of the day, and the messages are discredited. However, today I'm going to approach it a little bit differently. I want to address an important aspect, which is poverty. The poverty that we have in the African communities is mainly because of the creations of human beings who sat down, and decided the fate of so many people. Some who die without even knowing that this was the plans of capitalists who created methods of keeping us hooked and latched onto um, the, the, their plans, or the plan that was there. Now refer to Willie Lynch, the year 1712. Let me read it. He says, I quote, "I have foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 300 years. Now, 300 years on 1712 was 2012, right? Well, Mr. Lynch, I don't think you predicted quite well. This system is going to last for thousands of years if it is not addressed by the relevant people. Now, I address these issues to our leaders, to our fathers, not because I'm disrespectful, not because I don't think they're doing their jobs, but I address it to them because men with power can speak and change things. Men with power sit down around tables as G20s, United Nations. That's the stage where it is influential. And we can have people discussing issues that will change the child that is in Africa, where all these conglomerates, these multinational companies are exploiting and making chunks of money. Now, if the slave was made, or if our fate was decided, seated on a table, how do we reverse it? Now I'm addressing the African youth. How do we reverse it? We have to go down history and research how this was done. If you read another identical script from then His Excellency P.W. Botha, he says in his speech, the Rubicon speech that is, for the time being, we should engage in higher gear to make sure black men are separated from their women, and fines imposed upon married wives who bear illegitimate children. I have a committee working on finding better methods of inciting blacks against each other, encouraging murders among themselves. Murder cases among blacks should bear very little punishment in order to encourage them. Okay, another part says our experts should work day and night to set the black man against his fellow man. His inferior sense of morals can be exploited beautifully, and here is a creature that lacks foresight." Now look, the speech is quite long, and I really don't have that time, because this is a summary of the message that I've done, which is close to an hour long, in regards, or in connection to how we were plunged into this predicament that we are in today. It's a very difficult thing to think that we can just wake up and say, I'm successful. I don't want to be successful alone. I don't want to be rich alone. I want my community to rise with me. I want my community to shape with me. I don't want to drive a car that everyone looks at me and says, ah, he's the top guy in my community. I want everyone in my community to be presented with an opportunity. But how do we start? The starting point is realizing that our fate was decided by men and women who started this whole thing from way before our grandfathers, maybe their forefathers. So I would like to challenge every youth out there to really look at the way we have been disadvantaged. I'm not inciting violence, I'm not inciting people to fight, but I'm saying as communities, let us break the system that has made us. Let's break the norms that the system has created. Let's not be laborers. Let's not create our children and send them to colleges and give them education that will just bring them back to applying for jobs. Let's give our children tertiary skills that will change who we are. And let us support our children and give them the encouragement they need. Now it starts with us. Our fathers right now are working so hard to keep bills paid, to give us a decent meal and all, but it shouldn't stop there. We don't want that. We want more. We want a legacy. And I'll break down Willie Lynch's speech. Thank you.